So what was the name again? Nick. Okay, cool. All right, so I'll just do quick the intro and then that's it.
Go for it.
There you go, just for you, man. All right, so game 2, win the warfest, and I'm playing Nick, and I haven't played him before, but he is a fan of the show, whatever this is. I'm playing Necrons. So just take us through your list, man.
Sure, got a Triac Stalker, 3 heavy destroyers, Ghost Arc with 10 warriors inside, squad of 20 warriors with a Cryptek, Commodotron and a Solar Staff. I got a 2-up, the Nightmare Shrouded Destroyer Lord, gives them all preferred enemy. Same again, 10 warriors and a Ghost Arc, and then 6 wraiths.
Excellent. All right, and so I've deployed in the kind of U thing, very common to the last game, and as you saw, all my witches. Lots of witches. All right. So game 2, and as you saw in the intro, I'm versing Nick, and he actually is the Australian rep for the Fat Mats. So he's Radimus Prime, I think he goes by the handle, and he also does on Frontline Gaming the awesome conversions of the day or something like that. Anyway, really nice guy. We actually spent most of the turn 1 and 2 just talking, and yeah, you can see here we're literally just talking for the next like 10 minutes. We were just talking about stuff. We weren't even playing the game. It was very interesting, which meant that we actually forgot what the secondary mission was, which was the flying in drop pods, and we only got to turn like 4 or something like that. Doesn't matter. I mean, I get, and Nick would have seen this a little bit, but I do sometimes get, when I get rushed at the end and I think I can win, I get a little bit is it pensive? I think the word's pensive. I try not to let it affect me or my opponent, but it is something that does happen to me. So sorry, Nick, if you thought I was rushing you at the end. And I may have given away what happened at the end, but anyway, he's got a very cool army. And had this been, so this was a CAD. Had this been a what's it called, the Decurion detachment, which I think he had all the units to make one, it would have been like twice as strong. Like one of his Ghost Arc immobilized itself turn 1, so it doesn't have the move through cover. There was a few instances where he shot and then wanted to charge, and then he went, oh wait, I don't have Relentless, which again Decurion gives. So this is why his list, which might look, no, I don't think it's strong. I think it's a fair, good comp list. Now that I know this was a comp tournament, but if it was Decurion, it would have made it it would have gone the next power level up. Up the top there, so you saw how I deployed in the intro, and that's going to be almost a common theme for all the games except for one. I'm trying to stay alive until we get to near the end game, or at least mid game. I want to engage on my terms, if you know what I mean. Like, this is what I think witch cults should be doing. Like, if you're going to be doing a shit ton of witches, they're not going to be the most points efficient compared to other Dark Elder troops. So you need to make sure you're not just wasting them. And this is, of course, very obvious. Don't waste your troops. Wow. Okay, I'm tactical genius here, Simon. But he pushed forward his wraiths up the top here a little, well, as aggressively as you expect to push through with wraiths. I assault that unit with 2 squads, and they sit there for the next 3 turns, I think, because toughness 5 wraiths with strength 3 means I'm only wounding on 6s. Doesn't matter if I've got like 40 attacks, 6s are still needed, and then he's got the 3+ invulnerables. Up the top here, I push, I turbo boost my boat onto that back objective with Lilith and Co. And this is where he breaks off his Destroyer Lord to try and shoot and kill the Raider separately. So then when I would disembark, he would then put little Gorse guns into me with the big unit of 20. He doesn't kill the Raider. I jink and make one of my saves. So he has to use the Gorse to kill the Raider, which he does. I disembark out and surround his Destroyer Lord. and he doesn't assault because he wants me to assault his Destroyer Lord. I believe that's the right way. So I do in my next turn. Lilith challenges to a duel, if you want to call it, the Destroyer Lord. And Lilith really has to be in a challenge for her to be effective. Like, she's, I don't know what it is, 150, 100 and something points. And she's good, but she's not that good. And she's only good when you're in a challenge. So, like, in one of the previous games against Kevin, when we were doing practice, he actually kept on, like, whenever I challenged with Lilith, he would actually decline the challenge just so Lilith couldn't get rerolls to hit and wound. And really, that's a really cool tactic to do, to just, in essence, not nerf her, but to make her danger output irrelevant. Because she's only strength 3. Yes, and in combat she only hits on 3s. It doesn't matter if you've got weapon skill 10 or 9 or whatever it is. You're still only hitting on 3s, and you're only strength 3. And only on turn 4 charge, when you've got the power from pain, do you get better. Anyway, so Nick, he's pushed forward. He's got the line breaker. I do some silly things at the end here. I've got one single sergeant hiding in this big house that's holding that back objective. And I go, you know what? I'm going to jump out, and so here you can see here I'm moving here. I'm going to jump out and assault the big walker with a flame, which has got both flamer and 2-shot multi-melter. Yeah, that didn't work well. So in the end, I think it was win on primary, a draw on secondary, and oh, actually, I've got the thing here. No, draw on primary, win on secondary, draw on tertiary.